So I was going to create a video going over how to put page numbers on your document. There's a kind of a quick, easy way to do that using the master pages, which are located above your main pages. So these are my 8 pages of my document here. If I open up my Pages panel. If you can't see your Pages panel, go into Window, Pages, and make sure this is checked. Make sure your workspace is Essentials Classic. Make sure your Properties panel is also open. I believe I have mine over here. But we want to be in the pages. So the master pages are above here, and the masters are basically anything you apply to a master page you can apply is basically kind of a template that you can then drag onto pages to apply certain effects within that master page. If that doesn't make sense, maybe once I go through the process of working with the master pages, that you'll understand it better. So what we're going to do, we're going to make a couple types or styles of page numbers. Depending on your book, you might have some pages with a black background or a dark background, and some pages might have a light background. So you might need some pages that are white or lighter colored for the dark backgrounds, and you might need some page numbers that are dark for the light backgrounds, if that makes sense. So we can make several different styles of page numbers in the master pages and then use those to apply to the pages in our book. So the first master page that we're going to make is blank. There's going to be no page numbers on them. That will be the A master, I believe. So let's go make another master by going to the hamburger menu up here in the upper right of the master pages panel. And we can do new master. And we just need to make, the prefix can stay B. The name, we can actually name this black page numbers. So that will be the name. That's what we're going to make now. Based on master A is fine. That means that it's basically inheriting any properties from the A masters, which were already present. We're going to make basically B masters now with the prefix of B, and they'll show up underneath, but it's inheriting anything from the A masters, which is fine. It's not really doing anything. There's nothing on the A master for this page to inherit, so that's fine. Page size, we'll just leave it as is. It should be the same size as the rest of the book. And then let's just push OK. And now we can see, if I open this up a little better, A master and then B master, basically. And the little A's in the upper corners means that it's inheriting anything from the A master. And so, yeah, we have this new set of pages, the B master pages, which are actually B- black page numbers. So go to the layers panel now. So if that's not open, you might have to go to window layers right here, but it's open in mine. So, and let's just say I have all of my content in different layers, but I want to make a new layer down here, and we're going to name this page numbers. And push return to make that stick. And make sure we have that highlighted. Then we're going to go into the master page, back into the pages panel, and go back to the black page numbers, and we'll double click on these to actually enter in. So now I'm actually entered into the master page itself. So like I came from here and just kind of double clicked, and now I'm actually in this page, into the master page on the left side, on the left hand side. So this page is this page, and that page is that page. So we're going to work with this text tool. We're going to drag out a page number, or a box for a page number, and maybe I'm going to do like number 1 here. Double click on that. I'm going to center it, and then I'm going to align it. I want to align it to the page. You can also do this in the Properties panel under Align, but I kind of like to use the area up here in Essentials Classic anyway, if we're in the Workspace Essential Classic. So I'm going to go to Align to Page, and I'm just going to go center it. And then if you double click on the box here with the black arrow tool, I believe, it'll shrink up your box nicely. And I'm just going to position it so that it's not really going to be in the way of the content. Because we don't want it blocking any of our content. And since these are going to be the black page numbers, we're going to keep them black. Maybe I want a different font. Maybe I want to go with like this font, which I'll need to make my text box a little bit bigger to make room for this one. Maybe I want it to be a little bit smaller. It's 12 point right now. Maybe I want it to be 10 point. And then I'll shrink my box up again just so it's not taking up too much space. Oops. I'm trying to double click on this so that it shrinks up. Okay. So if we go, so if we go into, let's highlight this, go into this text box, highlight it, go to type, insert special character, markers, and then current page number. So click on that and it turns into a B, which is confusing, but really it's just a placeholder text indicating that that is now becoming a page number. Now let's look at the actual pages in our spread. And they all look the same. And that's because they're still inheriting all of their styles from the A master, which is up here, which has nothing on it. These are blank. But if I double click here, so I need to, if I want to have these change, I need to make them inherit the black page number master page characteristics, which I can show you later. We're not going to do that quite yet, because really we do need to add a page number to this side as well. So let's just do a Command C, Command V to copy paste. Make sure that these are lining up well. Make sure that it's center aligned to the page. I believe that that is looking good. We can always use the alignment tool up here. Oops. To make sure that they are aligned to the top edge. And I'm still on align to page, so I want to do align to selection now. And just make sure, yep, they're perfectly aligned. These two things are. And now I can do align to page again, just to double check, and I'm going to align that perfectly centered to this page on the right. Okay, so we did get, you know, both of these masters set up. We just copy and pasted this one over. Let's go down into our document now. We'll look at page 1. This one's, you know, there are actually no page numbers on our pages yet, because if you look and see, there's A's in here on every page, and that means that it's inheriting stuff from the A master, which the A masters, if I double click on those, they're blank. So let's get back into our actual document here. Starting with page number 2, I actually want to apply page numbers to these inside pages and not to the front or back cover. So let's go ahead and just, let's say I need to have black page numbers because these are going to be light pages on page 2 and 3, 4 and 5, and 6 and 7 for now anyway. So let's just, we can actually just click and drag onto these. And that will apply the page number. So if I go to page 2, you can see that 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So that's working. We'll just keep the front and back cover blank. So we'll keep them inheriting things from the blank master page, A master. So if we did make a new master page, this will be C, based on probably the A master number of pages, just 2. Leave that the same. Actually, I didn't really name this correctly. I'm not sure how you can go back. Let's see. There's got to be a way to add the page. Okay, we can rename it. Sorry, I kind of forgot to name it first. So make sure the name is white page numbers. Okay. And then now if we double click in here, we know that we're in the master page for the white page numbers, and I can actually repeat the process that I just did. One, make sure that this is centered in the text box, make sure we use the alignment tool, center to page, and then we're going to change the color to white now. Double click, make a 0. All of these being 0 is okay. You can also use like the properties panel and change the color here to white. Like there's several different ways of changing the colors. And then we make sure it's still highlighted. Let's do insert special character, markers, current page number. And we want to align, push shift just so I don't goof it up. And then do Command C, Command V. This one's harder to see obviously because it's white, right? But wait for that pink line so that we know that it's centered. And this line, the green lines actually help me know that it's aligned with the other page number. So that should be about perfect for the white page numbers. So if I want to insert some white page numbers, because I know, let's say 3 is going to be like a dark brown color and all of my text on that page is white, and I want my page numbers to be white too, then I can select it here. I can actually either just click and drag like we did before. We can also do control click on this or right click on this. What is it? Apply to, let's see. So we can actually go to apply to pages and then to pages 3, see the white page number, so that's going to go on there, and then push OK. So if we go into the page 3, it'll have the white page number, and it should be number 3. I hope this is all making sense. It's a little confusing, but so if I put this underneath, I need to put it in a different layer. That's why I can't. You can see that I do actually have a number 3 here. I didn't change the text to match this text. If if you want your page numbers to be different, that wouldn't really make a whole lot of sense, but you can obviously, I could go back into the master page and change it to the exact size, that it's supposed to be. Like, I think I made them 10. And I don't remember which font I used, but, I can change the font here to be the same font as the other one I did, in theory anyway. And so that's kind of how you set up that's kind of how you would set up your page numbers. And obviously the front and back cover are blank.